So the primary challenges that companies face in developing their biomanufacturing strategies center around finding and identifying the right technology for manufacturing their product and the right capacity and scale to produce the products in the quantities that they need. Well, flexibility depends upon the scale and the stage at which the product is in development. Early on, relatively small quantities are required, and flexibility is really less important at that stage. As the product moves through development into later stage clinical trials and ultimately to commercial manufacturing, then of course securing adequate capacity for long-term production of the molecule is important. Sometimes for very large quantities, one needs to look at second sources. One needs to look at a combination of different contract manufacturers or a mixture of in-house and outsourced manufacturing. I think the most important thing in developing a biomanufacturing strategy is to remember to keep the end goal in mind. How much product do you have to make at every stage during development of that product, and what are the quality specifications that you are trying to achieve? Clients tend to be unrealistic with regards to the timing and the quantities of materials that may be required for their different activities. They tend to think that product never gets lost anywhere along the supply chain, that yields will always be higher on the next run, and that's not always the case. I think the biggest mistake that companies make about the regulatory process is assuming that the FDA is their friend and that they have a special relationship with the agency. The agency has the same mission and applies the same standards to everybody, regardless of the product and regardless of who you are knocking on the door. I think the benefits of having a CMO manufacture product early on are multiple. First of all, for small companies especially, but even for larger ones, they may not have the expertise, they may not have the capacity or the technology for producing the product. They may also lack the development resources and the analytical resources necessary to manufacture and characterize their product. They also may lack the quality infrastructure required to meet all of the current regulations. Absolutely. There's an interesting challenge when companies always get excited when they get orphan drug status or they get accelerated approval, fast track, because it means they can potentially bring their product to market faster, which is fantastic. But it also puts enormous pressure on the manufacturing and development teams to finalize the process development and process optimization and characterization work earlier than normally takes place. During a normal approval process or development process, manufacturing is typically not on the critical path, and the development folks have lots of time to do their work. When you have a fast-track approval, things move a lot faster, and you get to that final regulatory stage a lot sooner. And if you're not ready for it, manufacturing can delay that filing and that approval.